Hey everybody, this is Dusk for Dusted on Gaming with match number 4 of episode 4 with Arclight Phoenix decks here in Modern. This week featuring Pteramander, new addition that some people have been trying to some success here, both on the GP circuit and on Magic Online. As a friendly reminder, if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, giving us a thumbs up, and leaving a constructive comment down below. Alright, so Thing in the Ice, Arclight Phoenix, Peanut Butter Jelly of the deck. This deck's been making the rounds, either whether it be the Teamer or the Izzet version. There's also the Mono Red version, Sans, Thing in the Ice, but runs like Bedlam Reveler and Monastery Swiftspear. So, a couple different flavors of Arclight Phoenix. This deck been looking for the third threat, whether it be Pyromancer's Ascension, Crackling Drake, any number of cards like that to kind of bolster these two as the primary threats. Pteramander's performed fairly well so far. It's served us well in both the Green Devotion matchup and the Mono Red Phoenix matchup. Didn't serve us too terribly well against Titan Shift, but Titan Shift was more of a combo race, and we kind of failed to meet our end of the equation. Beyond that, I mean, you have all your cantrips, Ops, Serum Missions, Thought Scour to kind of cycle through your deck. Faithless Looting and Shard of Course to get your Phoenixes in the graveyard. Lightning Axe both get your Phoenixes in the graveyard and can kill opposing creatures. Gutshot, Lightning Bolt can either go to the face or kill creatures depending on what you need them to do in the matchup. And Manamorphose allows you to chain spells, flip your Thing on the Ice on turn 3, get your Arclight Phoenix back on 2 if you discarded it with a Faithless Looting. Faithless Looting into like Manamorphose double 1 spell is certainly a real possibility. Sideboard, Dispel and Spell Pierce for any matchups where you need a little bit of counterspell disruption, be it Control, be it Burn, be it Combo. Surgical Extraction for any type of graveyard deck, Storm, used to be KCI, Dredge, etc. Rending Volley for any type of tribal or Thing in the Ice mirror match. A Braid for anything you need to shatter or a Lightning Strike effect against creatures. Chalice the Void's on the rise. This deck has a lot of 1-drops in it, so you need an out to that. Blood Moon, pretty good against anything with a greedy 3-color mana base, anything with Tron, Valakut decks, Amulet Titan, any number of decks you can bring in Blood Moon to kind of try to cheese them. Anger of the Gods, pretty good in the go-wide creature strategies, anything from Devotion to Affinity to Zoo to Dredge. Beacon Bolts kind of serves as Lightning Axe number 3. Not as heavy a drawback in terms of cards, but 3 mana is a lot, especially in this deck. 2 copies of Dragon's Claw for the red mirrors, whether it be Burn or Mono Red Arclight Phoenix, because you sometimes have difficulty flat out racing a red-based Burn deck. So that said, let's hop into match number 4. It's definitely been an interesting league so far. We've played against Mono Red Phoenix, Titan Shift, and Green Devotion. So 2 green-based ramp decks and a Mono Red Arclight Phoenix deck, which that deck certainly pops up here and there. The main differences between the two is this deck's a little bit more cantrip heavy, that deck's a little bit more burn heavy. That deck tends to run out of gas a little bit faster, although there are certainly times where churning through our decks with Manamorphoses and such, we can run out of gas in this deck too sometimes. So it is nice to have additional threats to close out games on like turn 4 and 5, which is ideally when you want to be closing the game. This is a pretty easy mulligan. Mulligan. Sand's reasonable. Do I even want this on the top of my deck? I guess we do have 8 looting options here, so it looks like Burn. Yep, definitely instantly punished for putting the Phoenix on top of our deck. So I guess we just lead on Scalding turn. Looks like Burn has one of their good draws, and we're going to get Eidolon post-combat. Who didn't see this coming? Well, this turn's going to be painful. Card is super annoying, and the fact we bend the bolt really doesn't help. So how likely is our opponent to be able to kill us next turn? That was quite the hand. It's us to 8. Dead to Exaxes. Looks like we're dead to Exaxes on turn 3. Alrighty. Burn being burn. It's possible I wasn't supposed to be that aggressive. So, get these gut shots out of our deck. Don't really have a ton of time for Chart a Course in this matchup. Some consideration for Dispel, but these builds are going more and more away from No red mana. Can I keep this hand? Another one of those do we keep this hand moments. So set that off to the side for now. I don't know. This hand is definitely borderline. If we draw a second land, it's awesome. If we don't draw, well, specifically another red source, this hand is awesome. If we don't, this hand's going to go nowhere fast. So, here's to red source. Riftbolt, huh? Well, I mean, Serum Visions is fine, I guess. Here's to the past, you can kiss my glass. I hope you're happy with him. See if they Riftbolt this or not. Nope. They're going to the face. Eidolon? Nope. Goblin God. Sweet. Thanks for the land, friend. Spend the Riftbolt. Skewer the critics. Alrighty then. So... Thing in the Ice is definitely nice, but I think it's a little too slow here. So, I'm just going to continue on the... try to get some Phoenixes into our graveyard hand plan. Faithless Looting. Do this, pitch that. Opponent could have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 So, Lightning Helix on Pteramander. Alright. Now we get to set up Thing in the Ice. Let's had to slow down the burn our face plan so we can start chipping away at the mid game here. Interesting timing on the lightning bolt there. Sure. Huh. So is there a way to shorten this game without going to 3 here? Because that Boros charm kind of changed the equation a little bit. If they have a spell in the hand, we could be dead next turn. I'm supposed to attack with arclight here. So I only really have a couple spell pierces to protect myself in the deck. Maybe I should have brought in the copy of... It's actually really tough. Well, let's start by attacking with Arclight Phoenix, because there's no way to flip. I mean, we could theoretically flip Thing in the Ice this turn, but then we wouldn't be attacking with Arclight here anyway, so it wouldn't really do us a ton of good. So if they have burn spells, we're dead. If they don't, then... Okay, so... Searing Blaze, huh? Sure, that happens. Good game, Bob Donovan. Alright. Just shows you how scary the good burn draws are. Guess we bring in Dispel since they still have like Boros Charm and such. Question is, what do we go down here? Good shot, a braid. Guess we could potentially bring in a braid on the draw here. That's kind of a catch-up mechanic. So our 4 bolts and 2 lightning axes enough for 12 creatures. Maybe? I don't know. Creature draws are obviously the scariest. They're the ones that punish us the most. You're just supposed to bring in the copies of a braid. And then go down. Like, Pteramander is such a reasonable card in these matchups, though, is the problem. Like, what cards... You're supposed to cut a couple copies of Opt on the draw? I don't know. This hand's pretty decent. Obviously depends on what kind of start they have. Would love to see a Faithless Looting here. It would be like the best Best card to see. Well... I just have to pass and likely bolt this. Either bolt the Goblin Guide or... Lightning Axe, sure. This is probably a follow-up Eidolon. That Eidolon off the board. Do I hold up? Do I keep a Braid here? I think the answer is yes, though it certainly is debatable. This is obviously like the problem Burn presents when it's like, I guess I should have left the Spire Bluff Canal on top of our deck. Sure, put us to 7. Let's hold up Dispel here, I guess. Hopefully set up for a more friendly turn. Our Goblin Guide's not good. Dragon's Claw. I mean, that could help us claw back into the game. Say, please be a Searing Blaze. Thank you. So if we survive this turn, which is a big if, obviously. So obnoxious. Sure, there was some missequencing there, but this is why the burn matchup can be so tricky. Alright, so 2 and 2 so far. Definitely some spinning the tires early in turns. Next turn we would have been able to flip thing, bring back Phoenixes, dome them for quite a bit of damage, gain quite a bit of life, but sometimes when you're spinning your tires in the early turns, especially on the draw, it's just kind of hard to get back into the game. So I'm sure there was some missequencing there, but Burn is definitely a top matchup for Arclight Phoenix, especially on the draw. So this has been Dusk for the Strong Gaming with match number 4 of episode 4, Arclight Phoenix decks here in Modern.